Season 2 of the Greek Freak season is just moments away here from the Sun Devil Fitness Complex here in downtown Phoenix. I'm Mahirson Hassan. Thanks for tuning in on this Thursday night. And with that, we are underway. The Greek Freaks are going from left to right. They will be in the maroon uniforms. And their opponent tonight, the Certified Lover Boys, will be in the gold going from right to left. Let's take a look at the starting lineup as Abe Mogelson will shoot that one off the backboard and no good. Rebound is up and in by Jacob. Jacob, one of the newer guys on the squad. A lot of new guys in the squad, even guys that did not make a lot of appearances last season. Taking a look at that starting number 5 for the Greek Freaks tonight, it will be Jacob alongside Abe, Henry, Jack, and Finn as number 11 for the Certified Lover Boys. Puts it up and in. It is 2-all here as we are about 45 seconds into this first half. Abe again, now to Jack. Jack again missed a few games here and there, but nonetheless able to come back, hoping to make a difference. So, of course, a sharpshooter from behind the arc. Did not do that well last season. Hopefully trying to change it here. Goes out to Jacob once again. Got the first points of the day for the Greek Freaks. Now to Henry. Henry, big man, decides to shoot the 3. No good. And Abe will lose the rebound, courtesy of number 10, who will take this up the court. Now to number 10 again. In the paint, up against Abe. Gets it up and in. And with that, he will also head to the line, potentially to make this the old-fashioned 3. 18:30 now, less than 18:30 left to go in this first half. It's the Greek Freaks down 4-2, and number 10 has a chance to add to his total here. This one is up and good. Rattles around, but gets a little lady luck in the end. So once again, here's Abe. Only played one game last season, had some other commitments, but nonetheless, one of the starters, not just the starter, the captain of this team for the Greek Freaks this season. Of course, the team is lacking their number 1 star from last season, Jordan, who is actually playing with the Certified Lover Boys as number 21, as that one is off the mark there. As I was saying before, new attacking talent, and of course, a loss of Jordan Salazar, who was the main guy overall in the paint, on the 3-point shot, anywhere and everywhere he was on the court last season, leading the team in points and many other categories. Got about 2.5 minutes through this first half, and here's Abe once again. Drive inside, takes it himself, can't finish the job though. Nobody's there to rebound too. Number 10 again tries to loft it up. I don't know if he was going for an alley-oop, nonetheless gets his own rebound. Kicked out here. Here's 11. His shot up and no good. Might have been an air ball overall. Out to number 5. Going on the baseline. A little shove there by Abe. He's trying to argue that it was not a foul, and nonetheless, number 5 will head to the line. Speaking of 5, it is 5-2 in favor of the Certified Lover Boys. The Greek Freaks are a team that got down early and often in a lot of their matchups. In some of them, they were able to come back, especially that last one in which they won, I believe, by 10 points. You can look on it. It's on my YouTube page if you want to look at the highlights from last season, as we're about 3 minutes and 30 seconds through this first half. 6-2 in favor of the Certified Lover Boys. First free throw is up and good. Second one is also in the net. So ever since that first bucket, that 2 by Jacob, a man that was picked up yesterday, or pardon me, actually today for the squad. Ian was another guy picked up as well today. So a lot of new additions to the squad. And when I mean new, I mean absolutely brand new. Number 10 again puts it up and in. That will now be his 5th points. That is 4th and 5th points of the day. Here's Abe. The captain's got to do something there. Trying to flip it out to Finn, but it was deflected off of 10. So inbound pass taken by Jacob here on the other side of the court. Here's Henry now, edge of the arc. Now hurtling inside, spinning, pivoting, finds Abe. Abe takes a long 3, and that one skims off the rim. Again, not good shooting overall, and for newly made head coach Andrew Dirst, trying to find something overall to get this attack going. And since he might have put his best players on the court, some of them not in attendance today, Kavish being one of them, who started as a small forward last year for the squad, as Jacobs hits a long three. That one is no good. 9-2 in favor of the Certified Lover Boys, currently on a 9-0 run, and was close to making it a 12-0 run, but nonetheless, it's going to be interesting overall. I walked into Sun Devil Fitness Complex. The first thing newly made head coach Andrew Dirst told me, lock in. Boy, did Abe lock in on that one. Challenges two guys, and in the end, just as he's done throughout this game, he doesn't care who's on him. He'll take it to the basket. That's the first points for the Greek Freaks in about 5 minutes, too, I might add. This one a long 3 by 10, and that one goes right through the nylon. 12-4. Just when you think the Greek Freaks can cut the lead, the Certified Lover Boys answer back. Here's Abe again. In the corner, decides to take it up himself, and that one will skim off. Not too many shots from the other guys. Henry, of course, tried a 3 earlier on. He's going to be your big man today, as that 3 is no good. Rebounded right towards number 5, and his shot decided to go with the pump fake, and in turn will get the foul. So once again, number 5 will head back to the line to shoot 2. 13:45 left to go, and crowd has kind of quelled down. It was an interesting battle earlier today. Close one overall, and a lot of the guys from floor 11, the sports journalism floor, were playing in that one. An interesting battle, interesting crowd. A little more quiet today, but nonetheless, causes the players to focus, and as Coach Dirst said, lock in. So with that, timeout taken by the Greek Freaks, down 13-4 here with 13:21 left to go in this first half. Back here at the Sun Devil Fitness Complex in downtown Phoenix, where it's the Greek Freaks down 13-4 early here against the Certified Lover Boys, a team that went 1-2, lost their first 2 games. If I'm not mistaken, this will be a 6-game series here for this intramural season. So twice as long as the last season, but nonetheless, twice as many opportunities. Declan and Ian, newly made additions. That one will go through. Ian with his first points as a Greek Freak. Boy, was that good. Gets some energy back, and that 2 assist going to Declan. Number 5 the other way will miss it. Rebounded by number 22. Again, another man who just checked on for the Certified Lover Boys. So far, making Drake proud so far. They do have a number 21 on their squad. Interestingly enough, that number 21 being Jordan Salazar, who used to be a Greek Freak during last season. So here we are in Season 2, Episode 1, and the Greek Freaks find themselves in a familiar position, down by a few points, as this one is up and no good by Team Gold, the Lover Boys. Here's Abe. Decides to fake going out. Can't get the floater up and in, though. That's one overall you just have to convert, especially for Abe, being the captain, taking this one for the team, leading the team overall. You've got to do it. This one goes back to 22. Rebounding has not been in favor of the Greek Freaks, the team in maroon, so far. Long 2 here, and that's no good. So 13-7 remains to score. 11:45 left to go in this first half. Here's Henry. Henry again, looks for options, tries feeding Finn in the paint, not going to happen. Do like that combo though with Ian and Declan, 2 newer guys on the squad, picked up by Finn as they're friends with him. That one goes right through the basket again, number 11 this time with the 3-pointer. So once again another quick start, aka a quick basket. This time Ian lofts it up, and this one will not go through. Less than 11 minutes to go, and so far, not the best performance, especially without their top scorer from last year. Underdogs so far, and trying to erase that narrative from last year. As here's Ian, step back 3, too far, actually airballed in that manner. Again, buckets for number 5, 19-7. And after it was a 6-point game, a 2-possession game, It is now a 4-possession game. 19-7 they lead, could be more. That one was last touched off number 5, so it will go in favor of the Greek Freaks. Changes coming as Luke Foster will head on for the Greek Freaks, 21 and 25. And as I said before, 21 being Jordan Salazar. And I think the question everybody's asking is, 21, can you do something for me? Just like that, he can. Right off the bench, he'll get the 2 for them. 21-7. It's a football score right here from the SJFC with less than 10 minutes to go. Abe will just launch this 3. How about that? How about that from Abe Mogelson? Just launching it through. That's what this team needs to get some energy. Now, can they do something on defense? Well, Jordan couldn't put it up there as it's back with Maroon. Abe will try another 3, and it's another one. 2 consecutive 3s for the captain, runaway Abe Mogelson. So now it's an 8-point deficit. Can they stop this lead from growing? Here's 10. Right in the paint, feeds in 5. Kicked out, 25, thought about the 3. Now it goes out, long 2 by 5. Off the rim. Abe tried to see it out, goes right back towards 5. And now it's a hot potato. Grabbed back by Luke, first rebound of the day for him. Abe, can he do it again? No, this time it's short. How about that, though? Abe Mogelson putting on a show so far. Put up a 2 earlier, and then those 3s. I believe his total is at about 8 points so far for the Greek Freaks. Again, I may be wrong. Don't quote me. But nonetheless, a good day. Speaking of him, here he is on the court. Now to Henry. Big man, physical, and puts in the 2. Henry was questionable going into this game with other commitments, but Coach Dirst, Coach Andrew basically told him, well, you got to play. It's going to be physical. Also a little nifty overall. It's number 11 puts that one up and in for 2 to stop the Greek Freaks run overall. Nonetheless, a pretty good run as they rattled off 8 consecutive points. This one goes right back towards Henry, takes it up himself, and that one will just bounce off. 10. Little uncontrollable dribbling, and it shows there. Abe takes it himself, tries fading it away. Rebounded by Henry. Gets that one to go. Count it, and 1. Big man Henry Smarto showing up in the paint. A chance to make it a 5-point game here. 7:29 left to go in the first. Got it. No doubt about it there. It's Henry Smarto, the big man who was limited early on, is able to show his skills overall. Number 5 again for Certified Lover Boys. Up there, good defense there by Declan. Now it's a trap. Declan moves away. Abe's still in the area. Ian going up against Jordan. Good nick there by Declan. One of the first turnovers of the day for the Certified Lover Boys. This one's becoming close, folks. Here's Abe again. Going to the right corner. What can he do? Tries kicking it back to Henry, but a kick will be called. Possession will stay on the other side of the court. That is the near side in favor of the Greek Freaks. So 6:23 left. Maybe a chance here. Goes out to Luke Foster. Corner 3, and it's a little too short. Right back, though. Good hustle there by Declan. Abe, Henry, got it. 1 possession game. And with that, timeout for the Certified Lover Boys. What a performance so far. They were down 21-7 at one point. Very similar to that third game. They're able to rally back, and it's now a 1-ball game here from the Sun Devil Fitness Complex. 6:08 left to go in this first half. Well, the first thing I'm going to say to head coach Andrew Dirst in the post-game roommate chat after this one is what was said in that huddle when they were down by 14 points. They took a timeout as the Certified Lover Boys were dominating. I believe it was 19-7 at that timeout. Since then, the Greek Freaks have been on a 13 8-4 run with a chance to potentially extend it. Jordan will take the inbound for the Certified Lover Boys. Joining him on the court, 11, who will take the ball up here. Number 14, who will make his first appearance in the game. Also making his first appearance, number 15 and number 25. 11, off-kiltered shot, and it shows there. Jordan tries saving it, and instead goes and gives it back to his former team. Chance here to tie as Jack takes the three, and that one is bricked off. Back with Henry in the paint, up and in. And now another chance to get a free throw, and another chance to tie the game. And now they will call a charge. Again, a late call from the officials. I'm flabbergasted. I don't know what it was, but either way, it will not count. Again, it happened last season. Henry running into some obstacles here and there on the court. That is here and there with the ref. A lot of offensive fouls overall when the team needed him in the paint. It shows there again, but nonetheless, a pretty clean day by him for the starting center. 25's three off the mark. It's been a while since they've hit a three. Here's Henry again. Out to Jack. His three up and in. Tie game with less than 5 minutes to go. And as I said, Jack McCarthy played 2 of the 3 games for this team last season. Played all right. I mean, obviously a sharpshooter, as I said, but only hitting 1 3-pointer in the entire season. That is 2 games, folks. And number 11 will answer back for Team Gold, aka the Certified Lover Boys. Out to Jacob again. Number 21, can he do something for the Greek Freaks here? Jack, back to Jacob. In the paint, pivots, turns, and puts it up. Boy, is it a close one here. 1 point. Greek Freaks only trailed 26-25. So the energy was starting to build. Now it's starting to simmer. This is where the game could be decided overall. Abe with tight defense there on 11. Now to 25. Flipped out. Jordan takes the three. 21 against 21, I might add. With a team that's known for one of their team names named after a Drake album, I'll tell you that. Kind of interesting. I don't know if 21 Savage would want to watch this or not. Nonetheless, Abe just flying to the bucket. Taking a piece out of Russell Westbrook right there. How about that? Boy, is he pumped. And for the first time since it was 2-0, the Greek Freaks have the lead. Maybe a chance to extend it here. Jacob takes it to the paint. That floater this time, no good. Nonetheless, it remains a hotly contested match. 15, and there'll be a call there. Call on Team Gold. Charge taken, and a great work there by the defense. Change made as Finn will head on, and also heading on will be Eric Matsumoto. You may have heard his name last year. He was the head coach for those first 2 games, and then the last one was kind of a pseudo position between Luke Foster and current head coach Andrew Dirst. So here's Jack again. Now to Jacob. Bounced into Finn. Playing in the paint, almost a small ball lineup per se, but Jacob's three is off the mark. Finn trying to save it. So is Jack, and in turn gives it right back to 25 of the Certified Lover Boys. Jordan thought about the three, drives inside. Left-handed layup. It's no good. One back. How about this? The defense right in the face of the bucket. Playing up well. Foster's one was fired there. 25. Lost the ball again. Able to retain possession for Team Gold. Jordan in the paint. Fakes out Finn. Can't put it up and in. Boy, oh boy. That is one, of course, covering Jordan last season. That is one that he typically makes. Here's Luke, back to Jack. His three, top of the key, too short. So despite making this a tie game and knotting this up at 23 apiece earlier on, Jack has not done well from behind the arc, showing remnants from last season. Meanwhile, 11 shoots that one up and in. So 29-27, they lead. Now to Jacob again. What can he do? Up against 15. Trying to Beckman in. Now to Jack. Out to Finn. He'll take this a long two and again fired off. So it was an interesting run for the Greek Freaks. Now it's kind of a tightly contested defensive battle. And now the certified lover boys want to extend the lead as we have less than 75 seconds before the halftime whistle will blow. Here's Jacob, and again, another ball lost. Another turnover, 15, puts it up and in. 33-27, and if Andrew wants to, he might want to call a timeout, which will happen. Exactly a minute left here from the Sun Devil Fitness Complex. And after the Greek Freaks were up by a point, their first lead since being up 2-0 at the start of this one, they are now down by 6. Back here, and we're back to action as Jack will take the rebound here. Joining him on the court will be Abe, Declan, Henry, who will get the ball here, and Ian. A lot of new guys on the court, Ian and Declan being some of them. It's great to see the community between these guys get the word out. Of course, they had a big end of the year ceremony at the end of last season in the Floor 12 Lounge. Nonetheless, Abe's shot is up and no good. Less than a minute to go, 37 seconds if you want to be exact. Salazar, Jordan puts it up and in. 35-27. Then the Greek Freaks are in a dire need of a bucket. Otherwise, this half will be haunting them. Or pardon me, the lead will be haunting them going into half. Henry again sees the seam, takes it up the middle, and just misses overall. That is one he has to make. Here's 11 again, probably the shiftiest guy on the court for the certified lover boys. They'll be holding for the final shot. 2 seconds left. 15 takes it up, and it'll be no good. So at the end of one, it's the certified lover boys up 35-27 against the Greek Freaks. Game 1 of season 2, and the team in maroon trying to start off this season with a W. 5-minute break for half, and then I'll be back for the second half right here from the Sun Devil Fitness Complex. Second half, moments away from the Sun Devil Fitness Complex as the Greek Freaks look to start off season 2 with the win. So far, it's not going in their favor as they're down 35-27 against the certified lover boys. I'm Mahir Sinhasan. Thanks for tuning in this Thursday night. So far, a decent Thursday night, at least for me, as I don't have any classes on Fridays. So, ergo, this is the start of my weekend for me. No other place to be. Watching some basketball, back on the mic per se, and back on the way here from the Sun Devil Fitness Complex. Number 5 will start off with a heaving 3, and that actually hit the top of the backboard, giving remnants of my three-point shooting about a couple of months ago, just trying to shoot it out. One of the main reasons why I'm up here calling the game / filming it and not down there playing it. Meanwhile, Jack tries a corner 3, no good. Joining Jack on the court will be Finn, Jacob, Abe, and Henry, as this one is off the mark from Jordan. So from number 21 of the certified lover boys, Jordan. Number 21 of the Greek Freaks, Jacob, couldn't put that one up and in. And Finn is struggling overall. It's an interesting tactic there by the Greek Freaks on the court, and then also from head coach Andrew Dirst to leave Henry there, almost playing like a guard or a forward in that sense rather than a center, as Jordan will bang that one off the glass and in for 2, first 2 points of the second half. Here's Henry. Now to Abe again. Didn't get that many opportunities just from his work schedule or from his commitment schedule earlier from last season. Nonetheless, playing almost all the minutes in this one. Was out for a little while, but nonetheless. Here's Jordan in the corner, out to number 10. If you're wondering, Jordan being number 21, and he will lose the ball. That is number 10. Stripped of the ball, and now he will head to the line. They will be calling this a shooting foul, and indeed, it will be a foul on the floor. My apologies for that. Nonetheless, almost 2 minutes through the second half, and the Greek Freaks have got to work something out, almost like Troy Bolton and High School Musical, because things are not going their way so far. 11 to the rim. Can't get it. Good rebound by Abe. Good hustle, too. The Minnesota man can't put it up and in, and again, back to number 10. He and 11 have been the shiftiest guys on the court for them, and you show it here. Case in point, just can't convert it into 2. Nonetheless, back with the Certified Lover Boys. You've got 10 on the court, you've got 11. Jordan wearing number 21, 22, and number 5 will round out the 5 players on the court for this side today. The de facto home side so far is shown from the scoreboard, currently up 40-27. 5 points out of the gate for the second half. The Greek Freaks will have to do something down the stretch. Otherwise, this is showing remnants of how last season went in many of these situations. Back to 11, back in the paint, and puts it back in the net. And with that, he goes back to the charity stripe to add one more. It's been the story of the day so far. Some of these guys for the Certified Lover Boys just putting up shots, not too fancy. This guy has a skill set on another level. First one, or his only one rather, up and good. So it was 35-27 at half. Greek Freaks were up 27-26 late in that first half. Certified Lover Boys go on a run, and now they need to get something going. The last 17 points of this game have gone towards the guys wearing the golden pennies. Number 5 tried to get 18, 19, and 20 for that run there. Henry able to break the trap, able to keep the ball off 22, kicked out to, I believe that was Jacob, and indeed, Jacob gets a corner 3 to go. So once again, not all hope is lost. We've seen the Greek Freaks come from behind, especially in deficits like these. One of the ways they'll have to do it, stop guys like Jordan. It's not going to happen like that though, as he bags the 3. So once again, back to a 16-point game. Abe from the center circle. How about that? Trying to give remnants of Dude Perfect there. Unable to replicate the magic. Out of 5. He pops it up, and that's another 3. 2 consecutive. So overall, since that spot, 27-26, the Greek Freaks once led. They have only mustered 4 points since, and Certified Lover Boys have mustered 22. Timeout taken by head coach Andrew Dirst. 15-20 left to go in the second half. The Greek Freaks will have to pull off a miracle if they're going to start the year with a win. Back to the action we go, and boy oh boy is it not looking good for the Greek Freaks. They will need to get something going. It's been poor play so far. Able to keep this one in, as Finn was the one dribbling for it, able to get the deflection off his defender, and will stay with the team in maroon. Abe to take the rebound. Joining him on the court will be Henry, who takes the ball here. Also on the court will be Finn, Declan, and Jacob. Henry again. Maybe this team needs to set some screens. Almost saw one there. Jacob, now to Abe, fires off another long 3. Another one off the mark. Henry again. Good hustle there by Declan to keep that one in play, as Henry can't bag that one. Ball goes back to him though. So, kind of lucky so far on this possession. Now let's see, can this team get some points? Much needed points. The answer is going to be no. Number 10, the other way, lays it up and in. It is now a 21-point lead for the Certified Lover Boys. I don't know what it is. 21 for the Greek Freaks, taking this one up. Misses that one there. Certified Lover Boys, named after a Drake album, is up by 21. And boy, are they doing something tonight at the Sun Devil Fitness Complex. They will watch the tape of this and try to get something. Boy, oh boy. That, I think, in general, may sum up the Greek Freaks night. They've looked good in moments, but then, of course, in these past few minutes, they have been subpar, and for sure, second best. Jacob in the paint, able to get the left hook up and in, giving a little Kareem Abdul-Jabbar look there. Turning back the clock, back to the 70s with that also. Speaking of the Lakers, rest in peace to Kobe. Is that one by 25. Actually, might have gone off the top, the actual top of the backboard, as that one hits rim. But as I was saying earlier, of course, Today we celebrate the 3rd anniversary of the passing of Kobe Bryant, along with his daughter Gianna and many of the others who were in that fateful plane crash in California 3 years ago. Our thoughts and prayers are with them. A lot of these guys grew up idolizing Kobe. Of course, a lot of his movements, a lot of his actions, a lot of his mentality too. Boy, oh boy, when Kobe was not winning the game, boy was he learning. He led his leadership, he led this team to leadership to grow overall in the game of basketball. And while this team, maybe they could pull off a miracle, a Kobe-like miracle to get this a win, maybe in general, they need to get some learning overall. Eric Matsumoto said it best when I talked to him before the game. If you win, it's good experience. If you lose, at least you get a good lesson. That's what you love about sports. That's what Kobe loved about sports and the game of basketball. 12:10 left to go in this second half. Looks like there was a block underneath. This once again looks like the ball will stay with the certified lover boys here. Out to 15, decides to pop it off the mark. Jacob again, trying to enter the edge of the arc. A lot of these three-pointers for the side have been big as Henry just tries to float it up. He knows it himself. Hands to his head. He's got to get back on defense, though. Abe tries going to the block as number 10 hits the deck. Foul will be called on Abe Mogelson, rightfully so. And once again, the certified lover boys making Drake proud. Of course, Canadian, Toronto native Drake. I mean, I'll tell you this too. I have family in Canada, and I was seeing during that run back in 2019 that, I mean, Drake had a lot of antics overall, but I kind of liked it. I kind of liked Drake's antics. Of course, being a Raptors fan, showed off in 2019 when they won the NBA Finals, beating the Golden State Warriors. 2 years later, the namesake of this group, Giannis Antetokounmpo, named the Greek Freak in the NBA, won the NBA title. Here's a freak himself, Abraham Mogelson, who tried being freaky there. That one will go right into the wall, the makeshift wall, that is, more like a curtain on the other side of the court. 22 was the one to crash in. Abe will head off, and back in the game will be Eric. Hasn't played that many minutes, but boy is he quick. He's showing it there, just raced from one side of the court to the other. Top of the key to Declan, back to Eric. He launches a three. That was close. That was close. Eric, I tell you this, only 5'5", but boy does he have speed. 5'5" and about 102 pounds. Almost giving some likes of Nate Robinson or Spud Webb on this side. Loves to be quick, and he's showing that instinct. Jacob just lays it up, and that's going to hit the side of the backboard. Less than 10 minutes to go, and again, this may turn more into a learning experience for the side. That one was surprisingly missed there by 25. Eric just grabbed the ball, or rather, he was just stripped of the ball, and 25 will be called for the foul. I don't know what to say about that, folks, but 25 looked reasonably taller and heavier than Eric in his number 15 jersey. We got to appreciate the short kings out here on this Thursday night, I'll tell you that. Eric Matsumoto living up to the billing. Wide open is Ian, and he can't convert. Again, not their night, I guess. 15 again, and this one rattles out. 11 just decides to pip it up, and again, he'll reap the benefits of what he sows. 53-34 in favor of the victors right now. I mean, they should be victors unless something happens, and again, don't doubt me. Maybe I'm jumping the gun. Maybe it's a commentator's curse. I maybe hope it's a commentator's curse. I'm not perfect. Henry goes down. I mean, boy, oh boy. He was rolling through them like a freight train on that right-hand side. We'll see another change here. Jack will come into the game. Try to see if Jack can get something on the near side here, especially on the wing or potentially the corner, as this one's fed in for Declan for another two. So, again, and the fans have shown up. There was a good chunk of them coming in at halftime with their Chick-fil-A meals. trying to support the Greek Freaks, although right now not going in their favor. Certified Lover Boys unable to extend the lead, that being number 10, unable to get that one up and into the net. And Nylon. Henry from 3. How about that? Big man. May not be a big moment, but oh boy, is that big. That too, folks, that is your center hitting a 3. You do not see that sometimes in high school basketball. And with that, the visitors, or rather the home team in this case, will answer. Of course, everything on paper here, there is no home court per se for the Greek Freaks, as Jack will put that one in. The Jack attack is back. Second 3 of the day, already amounting his total from last season, I might add. Here's 10. Slithers, scoops, scores. Back and forth action here, and for the Greek Freaks, maybe trying to add some modesty. Way downtown, Henry shoots it, and it will end out in an unfortunate air ball. Change coming, as Finn and Abe will check back on, along with Luke. So Finn, of course, being on Tower 1, Abe and Luke, the 2 roommates there in Tower 2, once again back on the court. You got the Tower 1 guy, Jack, in there. You got, I don't know about Ian. I mean, I just met the guy before this game ended up starting. Didn't tell where he was, but I would guess he was from Tower 2, knowing I haven't seen him that much. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but nonetheless, that one goes out, and Jack will take the inbound here. 6:20 left to go in the second half. Rough pass there. It goes back to 5. His 3, up and good. Taking advantage just like that. 20-point lead for the Certified Lover Boys. They're actually going to call this a 2 overall. Again, very, very close to the line. I actually thought that was a 3, but nonetheless, everybody's got his or her own opinion. Abe again, just fading it away. Had a Russell Westbrook type shot earlier in this one. Unable to replicate his wonders there. Up in the middle, call will be called a charge. Good work there by Luke. He may not be getting the minutes, but if there's one guy that's more passionate, or actually, yes, more passionate than Andrew, the coach on this team, it is without a doubt Luke. Now I don't know what's happening, but I think there was an inadvertent substitution. I think they're trying to guess if there was potentially 4 guys on the court. Nonetheless, the bucket will count. Luke Foster, of course, a man with passion on this squad, as Ian will fire this one off the backboard. Of course, no good. Finn, fade away. Unable to amount. Jordan, step back 3, off the rim. Here's Jordan again. Seam opens up. Can't put up the layup. Rebound is no good by number 5. So again, overall, some missed shots, but nonetheless, the Greek Freaks unable to get something overall going, but oh boy, Jack McCarthy, the pride of Memphis, Tennessee, now with 9 points on the day, all of them being 3s. He had the 3 earlier in this one to tie this up at 23 apiece, as this one's fired up and once again goes to the corner there. 22 with the shot. More changes coming, this one for the Certified Lover Boys, as 11 and 10 will check back on. Jacob will check back on for Ian, and Luke will take the inbound. 4:05 left to go. And here's Abe. Of course, you may have heard Luke say, "Someone come up." As I said, a passionate guy overall. Accidentally yelled the F-bomb. You didn't hear it on the stream. At least I didn't hear it. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. But either way, a passionate guy overall. 11 grabs the rebound of that one that was just fired. It feels like, this almost feels like Xavier against UConn. I was watching that game. Thankfully, the Muskies were able to hold on and get the win. But I remember watching that game, and some of these shots were just fired with absolute velocity. I mean, if they didn't go off the rim, they were off the backboard and just right back to the floor or into the hands of one of the players. And it's almost the kind of feeling that you have tonight. This team has brought the energy overall. Some luck overall, especially in long shots. Maybe some skill, as Jacob shows it there, slithering past not one, not two, but three guys to put that one up and in. 61-47. The Greek Freaks now trail. Less than 3 minutes to go now in the second half. Whistle will be called. Foul on the floor. Underneath will be called, I believe, on Luke. So now it goes back to 25. Again, a lot to think about, a lot to talk about after this one. As in the Floor 12 lounge, there will be a meeting after this game. A lot will be discussed. Luke, I think, will have a lot of things to say, along with head coach Andrew Dirst and a lot of the other vocal players on this team, as Abe will put that one up and in. Now it's only a 12-point deficit. So if you want to get a few lucky buckets, and this one suddenly becomes a game, but then it also becomes the idea of fouling these guys overall. Here's 10. Pops it up. No good. Luke able to get some point of it on the rebound, and able to break the trap there was number 5. Just going to try to see this one out for the leaders. 10, flipped out. Jordan, 3, no good. So here's Finn the other way. Not a big day overall for Jordan, the former Greek Freak, as he started for the team last year. So he got about 101 seconds on the clock right now. Again, it would be a substantial deficit for this team if they were to come back and at least make this a game down the stretch. Out to the corner for Luke Foster, and his 3 goes right into the hands of number 10. Again, trying to pull up Peter Griffin, corner 3, unable to do so. That was his second attempt there. Caught off guard as Jordan was wide open. He's trying to argue that Luke touched it last. And Luke is going to put his hands up and said, I didn't do anything. Again, nice play. I know, almost good play there. I'll tell you this, though. Abe Mogelson, he has put up entire energy into this one. Was supposed to be one of the big players, only ended up playing one game. And overall, showed his strength today. Of course, put up some interesting shots overall. Maybe not the smartest ones, and that might be a focus for Andrew Dirst down the stretch, is how do they find those easy shots and not be reliant on physicality down the stretch. Here's 15, out to 5, back into the middle, and floated in there by 25. So 5, 15, and 25. It's 5 plus multiples of 10. And with that, we'll have a quick timeout taken, as it looks like with 77 seconds left, it's going to be the certified Lover Boys on the doorstep to victory as they lead 63-49. 77 seconds left in this one. And again, the Greek Freaks were in this for a while. Actually, we're up by a point after trailing by 14 in the first half. The certified Lover Boys ended up going on a 9-0 run in before the first half ended. We got some physicality down here. Oh boy. 25 and Declan, wearing 31 for Maroon. We're in a tussle there. Less than a minute to go, and again, this one not all in the books. We've seen this throughout. We saw it in season 1 as well, where some of these guys were playing all the way to the final whistle, and hey, I gotta respect that down the stretch. Maybe they'll get into one of those games later on in the season. Again, presumably there should be 5 games after this being a 6-week season. If it's not, it's going to be like last year, where there'll be 3 games overall, and then the playoffs will commence, and that too presumably will be in Tempe. Again, sounding a little bit like Dr. Matthew Sandoval on this Thursday night, but overall, maybe not that dope of a performance for the Greek Freaks. Less than a minute to go, as I said, 64-49, trailing by 15. Henry fires this one almost from half court, and Declan, right under the bucket, will put that one in. Again, when the fans show up, this is a team that just has the energy overall. Jordan, this time from the right wing. Again, same results, no good. 25, left wing, off the backboard and in. This time, after the glass was beaten throughout this game, finally able to give some benefits and call them the best friend. Jacob on the other side. That three just rattles out. Again, not the best. Giving back to Eric. His shot, I think, actually fired off. I mean, I'd have to look at the replay on this, and I think Eric knows that. Eric Matsumoto, everybody. Fired that not off the back of the backboard, but kind of the place behind the backboard. Nonetheless, extravagant overall, shows up with the pressure, shows his energy. Long shot up and no good. 2.3 seconds left. Jacob keeps it at the buzzer, and that's off the backboard. So with that, we are wrapped up here from the Sun Devil Fitness Complex. And once again, the Greek Freaks will start off their season, unfortunately, with a loss. Final score, 67-51. A close game in the first half, but the second half, it was all in favor of the certified lover boys, just like Drake, showing up in big moments and pulling the W. So that will do it. Tune in next week, where we will be back here at the Sun Devil Fitness Complex. Hopefully, the Greek Freaks can pull out a win, their first under new head coach Andrew Dirst. For now, I'm Mahir Hassan. So long, good night, and stay safe.